Well, today I have another article for you, and this one is, what does it mean to seek the Lord? This is an article that was written back in August 19th, 2009. Some of these older articles are really good, and they're on the internet, and you can find them if you search for them. But I did the searching and I found it for you. But before I even start this article, I just want to say there's a verse in the Bible that says, "Seek the Lord when he can be found." When we're young, we are to seek the Lord. Well, let's just take a look at this article and see what John Piper has to say about it. Seeking the Lord means seeking his presence. Presence is a common translation of the Hebrew word face. Literally, we are seeking his face. But this is the Hebrewic way of having access to God. To be before his face is to be in his presence. But aren't his children always in his presence? Yes and no. Yes, in two senses. First, in the sense that God is omnipresent and therefore always near everything and everyone. He holds everything in being. His power is ever present. His substanting and governing all things. He sustains and governs all things. The second, yes, he is always present with his children in the sense of his covenant commitment to always stand by us and work uh, for us, in turn, everything for our good. Behold, I am with you always to the end of the age. We find this in Matthew 20:20 or 28:20. When he not with us, okay, let's look at that. But there is the sense in which God's presence is not with us always. For this reason, the Bible repeatedly calls us to seek the Lord, seek his presence continually. Psalms 105:4, and I'm just going to move on it here. It says, "Seek the Lord and his strength, seek his presence continually." Well, God's manifest, conscious, trusted presence is not our constant experience. There are seasons when we become neglectful of God and give him no thought and do not put trust in him, and we find him unmanifested. That is unpreserved as great and beautiful and valuable by the eyes of our hearts. The face, his face, the brightness of his personal character is hidden behind the curtain of our cardinal desires. This condition is always ready to overtake us. That is why we are told to seek his presence continually. God calls us to enjoy continually consciousness of his supreme greatness and his beauty and worth. Well, what does it mean to seek? Well, this happens through seeking, continually seeking, but what does that mean particularly or practically? Both the Old and New Testaments are it is setting of our minds and heart on God. It is a conscious fixing and focusing of our mind's attention and our heart's affection on God. Now set your mind and hearts to seek the Lord your God. 1 Chronicles 22:19. If that then you have been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things that are above, not on the things that are on the earth. Colossians 3, verses 1 and 2. A conscious choice. This setting of the mind is the opposite of the mental coding. It is a conscious choice to direct the heart towards God. This is what Paul prayed for in the church. May the Lord direct your hearts to the love of God and to the steadfastness of Christ. 1 Thessalonians 3:5. It is a conscious effort on our part, but that effort to seek God is a gift from God. We do not make this mental and emotional effort to seek God because he is lost. That's why we would seek a coin or a sheep. But God is not lost. Nevertheless, there is always something through which or around which we must go to meet him consciously. This going through or around is what seeking is. He is often hidden, veiled. We must go through meditation and around obstacles. You know, the heavens are telling the glory of God, so we can seek him through that. He reveals himself in his word, so we can seek him through that. He shows himself to us in the evidence of grace in other people, so we can seek him through that. The seeking is a conscious effort to get through the nature means to God himself, the natural means to God himself, to constantly set our minds towards God in our experiences, to direct our minds and hearts towards him through the means of his revelation. This is what seeking God means. Now, there are obstacles to avoid, and there are endless obstacles that we must get around in order to see him clearly, and so that we can be in the light of his presence. We must flee spiritual dulling activities. We must run from them and get around them. They are blocking our way. We know what makes us virtually sensitive to God's appearance in the world and in the Word. And we know what dulls us and blinds us and makes us not even want to seek him. These things we must move away from and go around if we would see God. That is what seeking God involves. And as we are directing our minds and hearts Godward, in all our experiences, we cry out to him. This too is what seeking God means. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Isaiah 55:6. That's the verse I was thinking of when we started this. If you will seek God and plead with the Almighty for mercy. Job 8:5. Seeking involves calling and pleading. O Lord, open my eyes. O Lord, pull back the curtain of my own blindness. Lord, have mercy and reveal yourself. I long to see your face. Humility essentials. The great obstacle of seeing the Lord is pride. In the pride of his face, the wicked does not seek him. Psalms 10, verse 4. Therefore, humility is essential to seeking the Lord. The great promise to those who seek the Lord is that he will be found. If you seek him, he will be found by you. 1 Chronicles 28:9. And when he is found, there is great rewards. Whoever would draw near to God must believe that he exists, and that he rewards those who seek him. Hebrews 11:6. God himself is our great reward, and when we have him, we have everything. Therefore, seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his presence continually. Psalms 105, verse 4.